Hello, dear Kenyans. Hope you are doing well at these trying times, and I hope the football community is doing well too, even though I know economically we are really suffering. So today I want to talk directly to the rot that's there to our Kenyan football, and the only way we can get it right if we truly want football to be an industry. First and foremost, to all those who will be voting for the SG, for the chairperson, for the treasurer, so that them come December can vote as delegates for the Football Kenya Federation president. That's where the real deal is. That's where economic shift lies. If we get it right at a branch level, then we are sure to get it right at the presidency level. Because those people that will choose to represent us to go and vote, those are the coaches, the captains that will be voting at a branch level. They have to make sure they elect credible people, corrupt-free people, business-oriented minded people, and people who have football Kenya at heart. People who haven't served before, and also people who have a track record of performance. We've seen the current regime has been there for 4 years, and to be honest, they haven't been able to pump in money in our football. And if we don't have money in our football, that means we'll continue having more cases of crime, more cases of teenage pregnancy, because what people think should take care of their livelihoods ain't doing that. In short, kids grow up knowing, when I become a pro footballer in Kenya, I'll be able to earn, I'll be able to educate my kids, I'll be able to take good care of my family purely through football. But that hasn't been the case for the majority of the football lovers in this country. We are used to things like you are signed by a team without a proper contract. Whenever they feel now they've exhausted your talent, they let you go without a proper remuneration. You find a player has been dismissed by a club and the club owes him a lot of money, and there's nowhere you can report your case because the Football Kenya Federation leadership is as corrupt as Mobutu Seseko or Kampaore. Those two leaders, one was from Burkina Faso and the one from Congo, who made sure Congolese and Burkinabes, they don't enjoy the fruits of their countries. So that's a kind of leadership that we've had, led by Nick Mwendwa, with his CEOs Barry Otieno and his men in service, the most corrupt men I know around in football in Kenya, or let me say even in Africa, starting with Dickson Doyo, the Secretary General of Nairobi, Oush, the cartel, the senior cartel. That guy is the mess in our Kenyan football. And I'm telling Kenyan youths, that guy, the big guy, the most fat guy in Football Kenya Federation, that's our big enemy number one in our football. He's the cartel. He's the one who is killing everything with the help of the top office. So here in Nairobi, you really need to do a change, and a serious change. Remember, this is the capital city, And if you travel everywhere in most of West Africa countries, those that even their governments are filthy corrupt, you'll find their proper talents and proper academies in those cities. Those cities act as the foundation of their national teams from youth levels, because that's the city. That's where everyone wants to come. That's where every big company wanna come and invest. But if you look the case in Nairobi, it's totally different. Look at Nyanza, look at Western. In terms of football development, they are a step ahead. But with the proper leadership, they can be even steps further. That's my dream, because they're doing they've gotten it right, the scholarship programs they have in the secondary schools, unlike in Nairobi. So in Nairobi, we need Football Kenya Federation officials that are business-minded oriented, right? Because this is the city, this is where every investor is coming to, We need people who can go there and give out the manifesto of Kenyan football, particularly in Nairobi city, and be funded. Because it's through those funds that they'll be able to trickle down to the grassroots, and the community clubs and the kids academy will benefit. But for 8 years, we've had people who can't be trusted. Dixon Doyo, we have Wakili, we have Oush, we have Nick, and other corrupt leaders in their various counties who run Football Kenya Federation. So this time round, make sure anyone who has been there in FKF is not coming back. If they happen to give you money, take the money, eat the money, but when you go at the ballot, kindly do the right thing. Because if you get back those rogue officials in our game for another 4 years, they'll have a chance to sit down and increase the term limit of the presidency and even branch leadership, to make sure they overstay and loot everything that's there, considering we have AFCON on our way and CHAN on our way. We're talking about billions of money that corrupt people aren't willing to let go, because all they have is their personal interest and not the interest of Kenyans. So remember, football is a big industry. Football has the potential to employ as many Kenyans as possible. In fact, the jobs that are there in football, the jobs that football creates, there are so many that we can't exhaust. Like yesterday, there was a final at Ruben Stadium. No terraces, no proper field, but the field was full to capacity. Those people were hawking water, sugarcane, groundnuts, all sorts of feeding stuffs. They made a kill yesterday because of all that final organized by Ruben FM. So that goes to show you how much potential, economic potential we have in our game if we have good leadership. So this time round, guys, I understand majority of you takes football just for leisure. That's what we've been reduced to. But this time round, I would like us to think economically and to think the benefits that can come with football. Football has the capacity of minimizing crime and teenage pregnancy by 50% with good leadership. Because who want to risk his or her life knowing there is a promised future ahead of him or her through football? No one. Players will take good care of themselves. Parents will be involved in taking care of the players. The community itself will be involved in taking care of the players, because they know if this player succeeds to play the highest level or the national team or outside Kenya, wherever he or she comes from, he will impact his or her community economically positively, because he or she has friends, he or she has somewhere where he or she shops from, he or she would like to expand, like buying a land, building a house, like any spending from him or her, it will impact our community economically positively, you know. So this time round, as we rally behind Hussein Mohammed as a country, I urge all the youths of this country who truly believe football is an industry. Let's come together, let's team up, let's form a team of 50,000 youths purposely to man and guide where the elections will be conducted. And we have a responsibility also to go around Kenya between now and December and make sure we are talking directly with these teams, so that if it's the chairman or the chair lady will be voting on behalf of his or her club, to be able to vote in a way that will not only benefit her but benefit the whole ecosystem. We really need an economic ecosystem whereby the club chairperson benefits for having a club, his or her subjects, those are the players and the staffs, also they should earn from the game and earn handsomely, you know. But we don't need people who only vote for their own belly. You are promised that if you vote for this regime, then your team won't be relegated. My question is this: even if you won't be relegated, what economic benefits do you get when you play those leagues? You pay quite amount of money, very expensive. You pay the referees, you pay the police, you pay for hotel for players to sleep and eat, you pay the matatu industry, you pay the stewards, you pay for football pitches, yeah, you know. So at the end of the day, you give the players and the officials, and also you, the chairperson, you get absolutely nothing at the end of the season. All you get is a promotion to a higher league that you should also pay the affiliation, and also now the budget becomes even double, you know. So we as Kenyan clubs, we as Kenyan football community, we should prioritize our economic issues in this election. It shouldn't be about promotion. I prefer to play at sub-county level, but there's money. I prefer to play at any level of Kenyan football, but there's money in the game. Let the difference be, the higher the league you play, the higher you are paid, but not the difference to be the difference between the lower leagues and the upper league. It's only Azam TV, you know, not the finances. We should have a well-financed football in Kenya, and the only person who has the potential to do that is none other than Hussein Mohammed. We've seen what is done at Extreme. Teams used to play for free. Teams used to get their support every weekend. Teams used to get their support, economic support, every month. Teams used to get 3 pairs of jersey. Teams used to play on better fields. Teams used to get their awards, handsome awards, and a gala ceremony at prestigious hotels. And you could see slum players on their suits getting a fair share of their hustle. Yeah, if you are a youngest player, MVP, best goalkeeper, you are awarded with a trophy and a well-organized token. So that's the kind of football we want to see in our country. Not a football whereby, instead of investing finances to youth while they are still free citizens, you want to invest finances to prison programs, when now those youths are no longer free, now they're in prison. I don't say it's a bad idea to support prison programs, no. Everyone can get him or herself there, you know. It's a place for everyone. Everyone can wake up one day to find him or herself over there. It's good. But how about thinking how we can make sure these players, 50% of them don't get to come to that side, behind bars through robberies and other heinous crimes here and there. But they are free citizens and earning from the game. You see, we'll have reduced a number of players who go day in, day out to prison, and that's what we want. So this time round, we say we reject corrupt Football Kenya Federation. We need a fresh start, and a fresh start starts with Hussein Mohammed. And I'll urge Hussein Mohammed, wherever you are, find Mariga Macdonald. He's a guy that I believe if both of you team up, we'll have a better football. He's played at the highest level. No one is like Mariga in Kenya. Yeah, he's played at Inter. He's won a treble. He's been at the World Club Champion. He's played with the best players. He's been coached by Jose Mourinho and top coaches. We want that impact in our game. I understand some will be asking, what has he done ever since he exited competitive football? I know even some are mad at him, saying he's from UDA. He's only concentrating with the politics. Yes, that's a good question. I can't compromise it. But my question to you Kenyans is this: how about the times he played for the national team for free? Because they were not paid. Majority of them, Mariga, Oliech, and others who are playing in Europe, they used to even fund their trips to come and play. Even up to now, the federation owes them quite a huge sum of money, close to millions. So him playing for the national team free of charge, that's enough for our country. Also, he's done an amazing thing under the Wanyama Foundation at Busia. They've put up a nice facility that will help most talented kids of Kenya free of charge. He's not a guy who yaps whatever he does, but he has the Kenyan football at heart. So we need to have him on board with Hussein. He should be Hussein deputy, or the CEO of Football Kenya Federation. So that we'll have Inter coming, Parma coming, all those clubs that he played for. He can get them on exchange programs with our Kenyan football, and we'll be able to see a lot of players transitioning from Kenya to even the clubs that he played for, and even more. So let's not hate Macdonald Mariga. Let's embrace him, let's show him love, and let's know he's our gateway to the European market. Thank you so much.